Yes, I'm ready.
Welcome to Gamesthetic Game of the Week. This is episode 229. I'm Alex Light with Sparky3.
You guys are fucking weird.
Wow, out of the gate. Okay. Welcome to the show. Hopefully you're having a great day. Zach, buddy, welcome back. How are you?
Good.
Missed you last week.
No, I didn't.
I missed you. So, glad to see you. Glad to have you back. Glad that you're here. Glad that I can feel your presence. Hopefully you're doing well, my friend. John, how are you doing today?
I don't know. That chicken outside was mean mugging the hell out of me.
All right, yo. The chicken's getting a little out of control. That thing has been in my yard for almost like a week now, and it's just like, all right, someone come get the dang chicken.
Did you not see the chicken, John?
Nope.
Yeah, there's a chicken been walking around in my yard for like the last week. I don't know what's going on. It's like I told him. It's like the cat distribution system, but it's the chicken distribution system. I guess I have a chicken now. I don't know.
You would put it in your backyard.
Oh, that'd be bad. That would. Whew. I don't want to be cleaning up some feathers, brother. I'd rather not.
I told him it was emergency food, so.
That's also true. That's what I said on the way home today. It's like, well, I mean, worst comes to worst, we're going to fry it. You know, like, it is what it is. But, John, how are you, man?
Here? I'm here.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Hey, shout out to Becca in chat. And you know what? Thank you. Thank you for 500 subs. Very excited we hit that milestone here recently. So thank you so much. Becca's been a part of the journey for a little bit, from AniMan Plus Tom to now. So shout out.
Okay, I was trying to remember if it was AniMan Plus she joined us first, or was this trunk dumpster?
No, she's been on all three, but AniMan Plus is where it originated.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
Yeah, which AniMan Plus will return before GTA 6 comes out.
He's lying.
No, it will return.
He is totally lying.
Before GTA 6 comes out. It will happen. It will happen one way or another. We're gonna make it happen. AniMan Plus will return. Now, granted, it might be like one of those like almost like an OVA, for an anime where it's like, here's a one shot, enjoy it. But you know what? It will be back before GTA 6 because I made a bet and it's going to come out before then. So when it's coming back before GTA 6 comes out, that's all you need to know. It will no, there is no lying taking place here. It will come back. But in the meantime, we have Gamesthetic that's going strong.
He's totally lying.
No, it's coming back. It's coming back.
It's coming back like he's going to play Alan Wake.
Listen,
Damn.
the fact it's been years now, because, Zach hit me up recently. It's just like, hey, Alex, I want you to know I found a clip from like 3 years ago of where we were still roasting you about Alan Wake. And I sat there for about 5 minutes reading that single message from Zach. I'm like, my God, it has been a hot minute. I still intend to play the game, but I feel like it's gotten out of control now.
I mean, there was an old video I re-listened to during my 24/7 and just rolling through our playlist of videos. And there was one where we were going like, yeah, Jared had to take off this week. He'll be back next week. And I just went...
He never came back.
I just went, spoiler, Jared never came back.
Oh, my God. That is true. Yeah, it's like, well, Jared should be back next week. 130 episodes later, still not back.
R.I.P. Jared of the podcast.
Oh, God. That's so funny, man. Hey, Jared will be back involved with the podcast one day. Just he won't be on the podcast, Yeah, that's the thing. Whenever we reach a point where we're successful enough where we need like people to manage the sound and audio, Jared's like, I'll be your guy. I just don't like being on camera. I'm like, man, respect. No big deal. No big deal. I respect it. I thought he did great though.
From what, 1,000 from like 20 cities away?
No, he's not that far away. What do you mean?
I mean, he could be for as far as I'm aware.
No, he's not. He's not. He's still local. He's good. Yeah, we're fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Like Milwaukee local?
No. All right. Calm down. Calm down. Welcome to Gamesthetic. We got a few things we'll ramble about today. One about is some TGA stuff. I saw that TGA Twitter put up a question. I answered it myself over at Twitter, but we'll kind of talk about it. It's like, what 6 games would be your game of the year ballot so far? We can answer it as the 6 current games that are out, as well as forecasting. Because I know for my total 2 lists that I did, there was 3 games that were consistent across both lists, and then some potential ones get swapped out. We'll talk about this report about the PS6 potentially featuring a dockable handheld like the Switch. As well as I will touch on the Lost Soul Aside demo. I just played like the boss of Victor, and that was about as far as I got on that. Just kind of test out the gameplay. As well as a couple other random things. I got a random question. I'll throw the boys some Expedition 33 stuff, et cetera, et cetera. So if you could like, comment, subscribe, we'd appreciate that extra support. As well as check out the Patreon. It's a great way to support us further, but don't feel obligated. And we'll make sure to shout out our couple sponsors later on in the video. Join the Discord. Be a friend, tell a friend. So, before we get into anything, boys, anything you guys want to chat about, get off your chest, throw out into the universe. My dog's barking at the chicken probably right now. Shout to that. It's also my dog's birthday. Shout to that. Anything you guys got going on in your world you want to talk about?
How do you feel about a Monster Tamer auto chess gotcha game?
All right, so what game is this? Go on. Monster Tamer, auto chess.
It would be Honkai Nexus Anima.
This is no relation to... Is this in relation to Honkai Star Rail or completely different?
This is in relation to the Honkai universe.
Okay, all right.
Which includes Impact, Third, and Star Rail.
Okay, all right. So this is their next game they got coming out?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen the announcement for that yet.
I would be surprised if you had. I mean, we've known about it for a little while, that they've been working on it. I forget what the project's name was, but during the Gamescom stuff, they released their first, I guess technically, full trailer for it, besides just a thing of just saying, hey, this is a thing we're making. We're not. Now there's actually a set of features for us to actually work with, because we knew there was some Honkai project going on that involved both the Honkai universes.
Right.
But now we got a full more details.
I mean, I'm always down for an auto chess game. Those are fun. I'm sure that would be a pretty nice approach with the Honkai universe. So I'm sure it'd be
Well,
fun.
it's entirely another thing because as I said, it's a monster tamer thing.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
a
sure it'd be pretty
candle.
cool. Oh, is that one of the? Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. I'm down for it.
Yeah, the thing that's still I'm curious about is how does the auto chest feature work?
Right.
I don't know what the hell that is.
That's God, what is that? That's borderline disturbing.
I doubt you can tell what it is, John, from over there.
It's like a bouncing unicorn, man. I don't know what that is. What are we talking about here?
Then we just got a spirit attached to a pocket watch.
You know what, Zach? I bet you'll have a blast with it.
I bet I will too.
I will not even glance in the direction of it.
Won't even give it a shot. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, no, that popped up in one of my apps the other day and went, "Hey, this is a thing. Want to join our playtest?" So I went, "Yep." You don't gotta ask me twice. I got a new computer. Let's test this.
Like, let's just go ahead and jump in, man. I'm ready to go. Make that chicken Sunday dinner. Hey, I'm thinking about it with how my dog's freaking out right now. Because, like, basically the placement of the studio is, like, right by the fence where I'm pretty sure the chicken is walking alongside
Probably.
the fence. Again, someone needs to get their chicken, bro. Like, what are we even talking about, man? This is ridiculous. Been in my yard for like a week. But, yeah, it's about to be Sunday dinner. So, for the audio listeners, I do apologize for some dog barking in the background. It is her birthday, so I'm just going to let her do her thing and just have a great time. John, what about you? You got anything that you want to get off your chest this week?
So mentioned it last week briefly, but it's out now. Path of Exile 2's 0.3 update came out. Includes a whole bunch of new stuff. I've played it a little bit.
Still feel the first one more still.
I much prefer Path of Exile over Path of Exile 2.
Interesting. Okay.
Well, I've always preferred it. Like when Path of Exile 2 first came out, I put like 70 or so hours into it playing it. And I mean, I was enjoying it, but I was enjoying it because it was new. I hadn't played like Path of Exile in a while.
There's some new features and ways to build not available in the first one.
But it's one where I much prefer the first game.
Mm-hmm.
I much prefer the play style of it, the speed of it. I don't. Not that I don't like Path of Exile 2. It's fine. It's not my preferred game.
I just feel this is a growing thing, and I won't take his choice of paths until 2 finally hits 1.0, and then finally fully see what it becomes.
Right. I'm just glad that they're still supporting both, is the big thing, because like we've seen so often we have something 2 come out and the first gets shafted pretty quickly.
I mean, the first one still, for the most part, has been getting shafted. It's gotten more time, like, it's gotten a little bit more time this year. They actually did a league for Path of Exile 1 earlier this year, which was great.
Right.
It's fun to go back and play it, but it's one where, I mean, I know that at least until 2 comes out in 1.0, I know it's going to be the main focus. I don't want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the original plan was to have 2 essentially just be a separate campaign that you could play and meet up, and then they made it into its own game that it had its own different systems and everything. Some of the systems I like how they have it done, but like I said, I still much prefer the first game.
Right.
So it's one where I don't know, as they keep doing updates into it, because they're kind of backpedaling a little bit on some of the stuff that they took hard stances on earlier in the early access, and they're kind of making some of those changes to try to appeal more to the people that are more fans of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
Not there yet for me. So I'll probably just go and let it cook for a little while before I try to go back to it. Because I was playing it last night, and then I woke up today, and I was like, yeah, I'll play. When I went to bed last night, I was like, oh, I'll play more tomorrow. And then I got up today, I was like, I really don't want to.
It's like, I'm good.
So it's one where, as they have new updates or like big new updates, I'll still mention them. Probably not going to play them until it's more fleshed out, like closer to being ready to come out. Or like maybe when new classes and stuff come out, I'll hop in a little bit to give it a try. But yeah, it's one where, I mean, I kind of accepted that when it went into early access, 2 was going to be the priority.
Yeah.
It's just not happy it's the priority.
Right.
Like it was fun in like the honeymoon phase. Now that's over for me, I'm like, I don't like this game as much.
Yeah, that's always the interesting thing about new releases is like once you get out of that honeymoon phase, it's like how much is it going to have like a staying power for you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's single player or multiplayer. It's like that's always going to be the thing is like, will you get past the honeymoon phase and really still love it?
Yeah. It's one where knowing that Path of Exile 1 leagues and big updates are going to be coming way less frequently. When they do come now, I'm going to be much more excited to go back and play that game. But I'll just have to see how it goes from here.
You know, speaking of ARPGs, you know who also got an update recently?
What's the name of that game?
If you
Last
get this,
Epoch?
nope. Well, they did, but
Last
not,
Epoch just had the start of its season recently.
I was about to say
that too.
They did, but not the one I was referencing.
Okay.
If you guessed this, John, I would be surprised because you don't care about this one in the least bit.
But that means he knows about it, so he can technically guess it. He's racking his brain. He's trying his best.
I'm trying to scroll through the Rolodex. I put a lot of shitty RPGs.
There's a lot of them, but this one you really don't care about. I don't even think you've ever played it.
What is it?
Diablo Immortal. Got
God.
the Druid update.
Diablo I was scrolling through. I was like, Diablo 4, I don't think it had a season. I think Diablo 3 has a new season.
I think you're right on that.
Yeah,
I was like, Diablo Immortal didn't come into my head. I forgot that game was still going.
Don't you have phones?
But
I only know about it because it wants to throw an ad up after every chapter of Webtoon I read. Just like, hey, you can now go play Druid. You know that class everyone loves in Diablo 4? It's now in Immortals. I was like, no.
I'm good, thanks.
Funny thing about that, you know what potentially the next class coming to Path of Exile 2 is?
Druid?
The Druid.
Yes. People like Druids. It popped off Diablo 4 again, so everyone's like, maybe look at it.
Right. I don't think I've got anything special for this week, at least not off the dome. I haven't done much. I've been very busy. Been trying to get some yard stuff done. I've been playing some Brain Rot. That's about it for me.
The ODSTs have arrived to help Super Earth.
All right, shout to that. Shout to that. I have not hopped on Helldivers 2 yet. I do want to play
Player
it.
numbers have
skyrocketed.
kind of exploded again.
Because the Xbox reinforcements absolutely demolished one of the major orders.
Yeah, because I've been seeing posts of like, because in game it'll tell you how many people people are online.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like how old multiplayer games would do. You get on like Halo 3 and it'd be like 1 million people are online. Yep. It does that in Helldivers still.
Right.
And it's had some of the higher player counts. I've seen like 400,000 people online playing, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Because like when I was playing earlier this year, I think it was, it would hover around like 120 to 150 or something like that. So yeah, the fact that it's exploded like that is crazy.
Right.
I mean, it's a solid game. I mean, Xbox players have been needing something to play.
Yeah, I mean, I've been considering going back to it just to buy the ODST War Bond and run around.
I'm gonna be honest. My favorite thing. I haven't jumped back into Helldivers, but just all the edits with the Xbox recruits coming in.
Oh yeah, I've seen a bunch of variations of it.
Yeah, they've been entertaining. Also, Deadlock update for the past week or two added 6 new characters. Updated their.
I saw the doorman.
Yeah, the doorman's sort of taken over.
I thought it was. I thought did it actually add 6 new characters? Because I thought they had 6 characters that were coming out, and they voted on the one that was going in first.
So it was actually how it worked because all 6 are out now.
Okay.
So they started last week on Monday of last week and released Sinclair, the vampire chick.
Yeah.
And more or less they updated the new lobby, so there's a new whole lobby mansion thing you could hang around in and can play around in while waiting for games.
I've seen some of the new UI updates as well.
It actually looks very nice because I actually downloaded it and hopped in.
I saw you actually hop into it. I was like, huh. He's just bouncing around to anything right now.
Pretty much. I have nothing going on right now, game world wise. But no, what it was, they released Sinclair and then they showed the other 5, and you got a vote for every match you played, and they did a 24-hour vote, and then the next person came out. So it went Sinclair, Billy, Doorman, Paige. I forget the psychopath's name, and then Victor just came out, and he's the last of the set.
Yeah, no, because Deadlock is it started to infiltrate my my shorts.
Yeah,
and man, that
it's had a nice resurgence of players with this release, this second batch of characters.
Yeah, I've seen the numbers blowing up like crazy.
I mean, they apparently also updated the map recently, with in the last month as well. Did some map updates.
Last time I was playing, they would update the map pretty frequently.
But they actually posted a month ago of as sort of a bigger overall map update.
Because they were, when I was playing it again 7-8 months ago, maybe a year ago at this point. They would once a month they would do map changes where they would change how a lot of the pathways work, new ways to move around and stuff like that. I think that was when they were still figuring it out.
Yeah.
And now when they do it, it's more significant.
But yeah. So 6 whole new set of characters, each with their own sort of gameplay things to add, with the big one being Doorman and his
Doorman completely alters the awareness you have to have in the game.
Yeah,
because,
I've seen that.
Because of how his setup is, and that his ults literally, he just sends you to the freaking door realm where you have to platform to get out.
Yeah, I also saw where someone commented, it's just I only trust Valve to create anything with portals where it actually works and works properly.
Fair. I mean, the Doorman clips with his stupid doorways is pretty real.
Right.
For anyone who's manages to figure that out.
Yeah, no, I was seeing clips of Doorman teleporting people around, or just throwing his portals around and getting angles and stuff. I was I already last time I played, I already had trouble keeping track of what was going on, and this just makes it worse.
Yeah, Doorman's a menace.
Yeah, from the clips that I've seen, it looks so, because that's also now appeared in my my shorts feed as well. Is Doorman stuff. I'm I don't even play Deadlock. Why is this in my shorts feed? And then it started appearing on my Twitter feed, and I'm like, well, this makes more sense because this is Gamesthetic Twitter. But why was it in my shorts?
Yep.
Yeah, shout out to Deadlocked, man. Whenever that game gets full release,
because that's the thing.
It's gonna explode.
Yeah, because it's still technically invite only.
Yeah. It's been blowing back up. I don't know what the high it's gotten to recently was, but I've seen it back up in 150, close to 200 at points.
Yeah.
And it's it's still invite only. You can still only play the game if you get invited by somebody.
That's crazy. Like I said, when that game actually releases, that game's gonna pop off.
Maybe not. I mean, it's just been so long. I mean, it might just open release and no one will be even aware of it.
Right.
I highly doubt that because it's a Valve game, so they'll probably push it on their front page. But
it'll when it officially comes out, it's gonna be the Steam banner for weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One more to throw out there: Fragpunk. New season.
I saw you on it.
New season started about 2 weeks ago. New character. They also added a whole thing with their infection mode, where there's now special infected characters you can play as. And then for just, I guess, shits and giggles, they added a what they're calling Gear Up, which it's just classic CS:GO Valorant mode where you have to purchase your weapons and skills through a currency now. It's just a special mode. It's going to go away as far as I understand. But yeah, weird stuff.
Yeah, gotcha. Only other shout out I've got, just real quick, just because I have no reason not to, is again, just shout out to Becca in chat. She already dipped out. She was going to go play some games with her friends, but did shout out to, said goodbye and take care of each other. And she said, thanks for everything. You guys always make me smile. Appreciate that. Because there is actually a couple of like consistent subscribers that will comment on some stuff. There's this one guy named Tom Cabler. He comments on basically every single Metacritic prediction video I do. Every single one, he'll comment. Me and him will go back and forth for a few comments, kind of thing. Subscribe to the channel, great dude. So again, shout out, thank you for the support. We appreciate you as we continue to try to build a community, because that's the one thing I really want us to try to focus on building over time, is building that community. So big shout out.
I was gonna say, not really a shout out thing, but I did pick up a new game to me this week, called Rift Breaker.
Yay!
You played this?
I haven't, but I know what it is.
Dude, so the funny thing was, I got home the other night, looked on my Steam friend activity page, and a guy from my work bought the game, and I was like, "What is this game?" Clicked on it, and it was like 2 days before it had gotten like a major update.
I didn't realize they got an update.
Added co-op, added like some new in-game stuff. I'd never heard of this game before. So, and then like I was like a couple minutes later, I was in Discord with a buddy of mine. He was like, "Man, I don't want something different to play." I linked that to him. I was like, I just saw this for the first time, but they just added co-op. And we've been playing it. The game is fucking crazy. It's we're playing through like the campaign mode, but it's one where it's like it's a top-down kind of RTS view where you can you control your character, but it's all about like setting up mining stations to mine resources, building a base. Every 10 minutes or so, the wildlife on the planet comes at you in swarms that you have to defend from. So like you have to set up defenses and everything. It's all about collecting resources. It's one of those collect and build type games. And like as we're playing through it, like we're warping around to different planets just to you hit points where you have to build a thing to warp to different planets so that you can collect the resources that are specific to those planets. Man, it's wildly fun. It has like research tech trees that you have to do. And when I first opened it up, there was one tree that was massive. Probably has like over 100 things to research on it. We now have 3 of those trees. Because there's one for buildings, there's one for weapons, and then there's one for alien research.
Okay.
I haven't unlocked a whole lot of stuff that I could actually research in that tree yet, because a lot of stuff's locked. Like in the campaign, you have to progress through certain points of the campaign to unlock additional stuff.
Okay.
So, doing that right now. But that game is highly entertaining.
Nice. Very addictive.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun.
See, the only other game I've been looking at, I played the demo last week, was that Dice Gambit.
I don't know if I've seen that.
More or less, it's an RPG. It's a tactics RPG, but it's all done in the form of dice. You roll dice, and more or less, based on the rolls, you determines what actions you can take, whether you can do a basic attack, move, defend, skills, one like that, and you build your own character. Then, because you are the new head of this Templar family that's dedicated to this city to fight off creatures and whatnot, and then more or less you have a marriage, which recruits another person who you're married to, which then at some point allows you to have an offspring, which becomes a new character. And family trees, marriages, yada 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 is how you expand your unit base. And then you also play politics with the NPCs of the city to be able to take classes and train new skills for your army of family Templars.
Nice. So I was watching Alex do something that I despise that people do. And it's read messages and then react to them with with some sort of emoji or something that is unnecessary.
I was just reacting to something, John.
I hate when people do that. I watched him go through like 4 menus to find one weird little face.
Okay, yeah, that's too much.
No, it was not.
If I have to scroll, I might as well just search it.
No, I just clicked and clicked. That's all it was. Click and click. Just had to call me out, John.
I mean, you're the one doing it in the middle of the show, man.
I was acknowledging something that was said.
Not acknowledging what was being said in the room.
I was acknowledging something.
No, that does sound kind of interesting.
I was about
What'd you
to
say the name of that game was?
Dice Gambit. I was about to say, because this very much seemed like something you would definitely consider, John. As for Alex Pro, maybe. I mean, I don't think you would hate it. I just don't know if you would find the time for it.
I like the art style.
Art style is interesting.
Like the art style. Just came out this month. Shout out to that. Good review so far. Shout out to that. No, the art style is actually pretty sick. I ain't gonna lie.
Versus your game, you found the other day, people have review bombed that because they don't feel like it's overpriced.
What?
The game you texted me about like a couple weeks back ago.
Oh, Varlet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It got review bombed because people thought it was too expensive for what it was.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen any of the reviews yet. So, I mean, if that's the case, so does that mean it's like a Loop 8 situation?
Oh, no. People say that it's good and whatnot, entertaining. They just don't like its price for some reason. So I think it's just people complaining about the price more than anything.
It's one of those where it's like people are comparing playtime to like price a game.
No, it's people comparing the mechanics and saying you can get the same.
It's one of those.
Same gameplay mechanics and better story from Persona versus this.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like that. Why would you play this when you can play this? It's one of those.
Yep.
I don't
trust
put
those.
a whole lot of stock into those.
I don't trust those either, but it was just funny to me because I remembered, oh yeah, that game came out, and I looked it up and I saw it was mostly negative, and why is it mostly negative? I went digging through the reviews and went, oh.
Well, it's mixed now.
Oh, is it mixed now?
We're improving.
Okay.
I keep playing that Achilles Legends Untold game. It's not a good game.
It's not. It doesn't.
Not a good game.
It doesn't look good at all.
It's not great. It's just it is an average game. I keep playing it though. Bought it.
Is that just one of those brain dead games where you just turn off?
Kind of. Though, like there is, at least to the point where I'm at, there is zero effort that I have to put into for doing anything in that game. I wander around until I find enemies, and then I kill all the enemies. I get to a boss fight. The easiest bosses I've ever fought in any game. And it's like the exploration is... A lot of times I find stuff, and it's like, I can't go in there yet because the game hasn't explained to me what it's got a resource that I have not been introduced to yet. So I just keep going down the pathway of the story, and I'm like, I'll get there at some point. It's not great, but it's not horrible.
Hey, question for you guys. Have either of y'all seen the Borderlands 4 trailers, commercials that have been coming out?
Commercials, no.
No, I haven't. I have... Only thing I've seen recently for Borderlands is just the occasional Randy Pitchford remark.
Which we love those.
I've seen a couple of those, but no. So Borderlands 4 has actually had commercials been running lately, and they're giving, which the commercials are not helpful for me.
Are they bad commercials?
They're giving like Black Ops vibes of like it's live action. It's not actual like a lot of the gameplay. It's more or less being like, why stay on Earth? Go save another planet. It's just regular people like kicking down walls and whatnot, and suddenly getting guns and just shooting at AR generated monsters.
Okay, one of those type of commercials.
And then cuts in every occasionally a shot of the
game.
New Vault Hunters and whatnot. I'm just like, ew.
Hey, it's right around the corner, brother.
You're not selling me here. It's a good thing I use other media to tell me about my games.
You're right around the corner, brother.
The only thing I could think of, it's still better than the Black Ops 7 trailer.
God, everything about the Black Ops stuff has just made me mad.
I have loved that. It's just the edit of it's everyone going, all right, great Battlefield 6 commercial. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah.
that last week.
Yeah.
When we started talking about Black Ops, I was telling him about all the shorts that I was seeing of people watching the trailer,
It's like, well,
and then
time for
immediately
Battlefield.
pre-ordering Battlefield.
I got that same feed that last week.
Yep.
It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
And when I eventually did see it through one of the other ones is showing, and I went, oh God. It's not just a joke. It really is that bad.
Yep. Gosh. Yeah, no, everything about the Black Ops stuff has just made me mad. From the reveal to now. And it's just like, man, I don't even play first-person shooters games anymore, and I'm about to go buy Battlefield. God dang it, man. Anyway, you guys want to get into stuff, I guess?
I guess.
Kind of run through some stuff. So the first thing I had for you guys, question for you. If you voted today, which 6 games would make up your Game of the Year nominee so far? You can do 2 different lists of what's only out as well as forecasting what's to come out. TGA posts this up on Twitter about what your 6 would be as of now. So when I responded, if we're talking strictly released,
got a list of 7.
You want to do a list of 7?
Well, I've got a list of 7
okay.
because I think as games that is it specifically games that came out this year or games that qualify?
Games that would qualify. So if you have like a December release,
Yeah.
That qualifies.
So-
Yeah, no, if you're thinking like an Indiana Jones, that qualifies.
Yeah.
That qualifies.
So, but the 7 that I have as of games so far that have released, Expedition 33. I have Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Yep.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Split
Mhm.
Fiction.
Mm.
Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah.
Death Stranding 2.
Mm-hmm.
Blueprints. That's my 7 that I have right now. If one of those is going to end up getting knocked off of this list, I'm assuming it's going to be Kingdom Come Deliverance if this list is getting knocked down to 6.
Yeah.
Because I think when it comes to like the TGA, they would value what Blueprints brought more than they would Kingdom Come Deliverance.
I could actually agree to that statement. I think
It's like I think Kingdom Come Deliverance would be the one that I would pick to stay in there, but I
Right.
think they would vote Blueprints over it.
You know, you wording it that way makes me kind of rethink kind of like my forecasted list with upcoming releases of like maybe they'll value more of what Blueprints did versus what another like new release is going to do.
Yeah. No, because this is like my games that have come out list.
Yeah.
Games that are coming out. See, the problem is I don't remember all that's coming out, but I know one that's gonna, or that as long as it, comes out and isn't a total flop, is gonna take something off this list, and I assume it would take Indiana Jones off.
Silk Song?
I wasn't even thinking of Silk Song.
See,
I was thinking Ghost of Yote.
Ghost of Yote was mine too. So like for all upcoming releases, the only ones that I would throw in there is Ghost of Yote and Silk Song. Those are the only ones coming out that I would say, okay, yeah. Unless there's some random one that's going to take the world by storm, those are the 2 that I think are coming out that's going to make it in there. Because like if we're talking strictly release games, I also didn't even think about Indiana Jones. That's such a good point. Is that it does qualify for everything.
Yeah. I think it qualifies for now. I think there's a good chance I don't know. It's gonna take a category probably. It'll
be in multiple categories too. Like it'll be in like best performance and stuff like that.
I didn't think of Silk Song though. But
Yeah.
if Silk Song comes out and is the caliber that everybody's or when it comes out, if it's the caliber everybody's expecting,
Right.
I'm trying to think of what it would knock off because I'm already taking Indiana Jones off this list. I'm assuming Kingdom Come is off this list.
But that's going to piss a lot of people off. You saying that because there's a lot of people that's like, no, Kingdom Come's on that list no matter what. It is one of the locks, and I'm like, it could be one of the locks, but at the same time, I don't know if it is one of the locks. I don't think it is.
I mean, the thing to keep in mind is TGAs a lot of times are more like critically acclaimed games.
Yeah.
And it's like Kingdom Come Deliverance is, I mean, it was critically reviewed pretty well.
Yeah.
But it's also one where the player base and the fans of that style game, it's one of the best ones to ever come out.
Right.
For like the true like sandbox experience type games.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if Silksong, if I'm assuming Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Indiana Jones are coming off this list and replacing Ghost of Yotei in there, if I got to knock another one off, I would probably knock Blueprints off for Silksong.
Yeah. Now, here's the question I have for you guys, because this is one that I've been racking my brain on when I'm forecasting my nominees with unreleased games. Normally, as we know, there's always like that one indie game. We can safely assume, like as of now, Blueprints is that one. Silksong would be that one. Would they dare do two? Would Blueprints and Silksong both make it into the 6?
I don't think so with the caliber of games this year.
I was about to say it'd be unprecedented, but not entirely out of the question.
Mm-hmm.
If we were looking at like last year,
More likely.
I could say so, but this year
It'd be hard.
I mean, we're already knocking like if I'm knocking Indiana Jones and Kingdom Come off, those are two games that most people or like the people that played those games would consider those to be 10 out of 10s.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't think both can be on the list.
Right. Because like for right now, like as of my release, I've got Expedition, Death Stranding 2, Blueprint, Split Fiction, Kingdom Come 2, and Donkey Kong. And then if I'm going to include unreleased, still Expedition, Death Stranding, and Donkey Kong. Those are my 3 like still confirmed and staying. And after that, my remaining 3 I think is kind of up in there. I had Silksong, Ghost of Yotei, and then maybe Split Fiction. I mean, like that last spot, that 6th spot could be a literal coin flip between so many games. I feel very strong about Expedition, Death Stranding, and Donkey Kong. I feel very strong that those 3 are going to stay. But the remaining 3, God bless, who knows? I have no clue. Like I almost want to kind of hammer in Blueprints and Silksong both are going to be in there, just to see if I can manifest it.
I want to just throw in a wild flag and just be like, Outer Worlds 2 may just.
I mean, that's true. That's
be
true.
above and beyond, especially with its weird mechanics and just.
Right.
The problem is, like, even with Outer Worlds 2 coming up, I struggle to see it, like, even
I struggle to see it getting in there, too.
I was going to say, even outside of Game of the Year, I struggle to see where it would win an award.
Yeah, so do I.
Because it's going to be in there in the RPG category, but I'm under the assumption Expedition's going to win that.
Expedition has a very good and strong feel of having a sweep possibility of just awards across the industry.
It's gonna kind of I feel like this year is gonna kind of be like 2023, where Baldur's Gate just won almost
everything.
I think it lost one category that it was nominated for.
Yeah,
and I feel like Expedition's probably that this year.
Yeah, it feels like it's like that game, right? Because last year was one of those years that it could go to multiple things, right? And then obviously before that was Baldur's Gate, where it's like, yeah, this is the winner. Like, even if you have Tears of the Kingdom or Spider-Man 2 out that year, it's like, this is the winner. It's Baldur's Gate. What are we even talking about? That's how it is with Expedition. Well, it's like,
and then the year before that, it was everything was kind of a toss-up between Elden Ring and God of War.
Oh, yeah. True. Yeah, and now we're back to, and then what? I think the year before that was like, was that a toss-up year? Yeah, I think it was, because it wasn't 2021 the year It Takes Two won.
I believe so.
Yeah, so that had a strong list of nominees as well, and then 2020 I think was Last of Us Part 2. So,
yeah,
which it was basically between that and Ghost of Tsushima. So yeah, no, like this one kind of feels like it's Expedition or nothing. Essentially, is the way that it feels like this year. It's one of those things that if Expedition didn't win, I'm still in the mindset. It's like I'd be shocked if it doesn't win Game of the Year. I really would, but like. I don't know. I'm kind of getting the feeling that, man, just inside me, I want to manifest the 2 indie games on there. Blueprint, especially with the narrative that it's been this year. Well, like Summer Game Fest and Gamescom, where Jeff's like, look at this game and how good it is, and the amount of developers that made it. Like I don't know, the narrative's there.
The problem is Blueprints. I see like Blueprints as of now. I see on the list. I don't see it making it to the end of the year. Because that's a game that usually, like the indie games that kind of make their way into the Game of the Year list, they're ones that kind of take the world by storm closer to TGA.
Yeah, that's fair.
Blueprints did it at the beginning of the year, and granted, even though I hopped off the game pretty quick, I understand that game is phenomenal, and it deserves to get some recognition somewhere. I don't think it's got the staying power to make it in the Game of the Year list.
Yeah,
by the end of the year.
Now that you got Silksong coming out to kind of take that crown of indie game,
Yeah, all of a sudden.
Yeah, now Blueprints is on the outside looking in, where Blueprints I think can still make it, but it's kind of the chances are dwindling, The chances are dwindling.
I very much still see Split Fiction being in that list towards the end of the year too. It's like partially just because it's one of those things where it's like they're like that team is like they're the ones spearheading co-op games and spearheading like the couch co-op. I mean, and granted, I think most people agree It Takes Two is probably the better game still, but it's one where this one is probably more approachable to the average person.
I can agree to that.
And it's one where, I mean, the quality of game that they make still deserves to be recognized. So it's one where I could see it still being in there as like the Game Awards way of being like, kind of the way they've been doing. We're putting indie games in there. They're like, we're gonna highlight the quality of this game in our Game of the Year list.
Yeah,
because where else are you gonna find a game like it?
That's actually a good way to describe it, because I'm sitting here thinking about it, and it really is like one of those things where with the Game Awards, it's like you always have like an indie game, like whatever the greatest indie game is for the year, to really highlight that achievement. And then obviously you have like your mainstream, strong narrative stuff. And then you'll usually have like a game in there that is like a gameplay, game mechanic level achievement. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where Split Fiction would fall into the mix here, because like, yeah, I think It Takes Two is still like the better game narratively, but you are right. Split Fiction is like two random people can pick it up and start playing kind of thing. And just the gameplay, like this is like, as I said before, this is their gameplay masterpiece. It Takes Two is still their narrative masterpiece. So, I mean, like with just the level of gameplay, the creativity that they did for Split Fiction, yeah, I agree with you, actually. I think looking at how Game Awards likes to pick their nominees, yeah, I think like this would fit the mold of gameplay achievement, and then indie achievement would be Silksong, and then it's like kind of filling out the rest where you have like strong narrative mainstream type games,
I think there's 4 games that are locked in my mind, and that's Expedition, Death Stranding, Split Fiction, and my screen went black there.
Donkey Kong
Bonanza?
Donkey Kong Bonanza, probably.
Okay.
I think those are 4 locks.
Yeah.
And I think the rest of the year is competing for the other 2.
I can agree to that, because like all of those bring just so many different things, right? Again, you have like your indie darling with like a Silksong, whatever. You have your Split Fiction for like a gameplay thing, and then you have Expedition for just overall like the masterpiece that game is. Death Stranding with just the intense, unbelievable graphical enhancements and stuff like that. And then it's like you start looking at like Donkey Kong as well, huge gameplay, like unbelievable gameplay, so it fits into the same mold as like a Split Fiction. So it's like when you're looking at those last few slots, whatever, it's just like, okay, well, let's just pick something that really kind of just takes the world by storm, whatever it is. Because like, no disrespect of Ghost of Yotei, looks like a lot of fun, but it just looks like more Ghost. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's not pushing the bounds besides a few new ways of gameplay. It looks like another Ghost game. So it's like, would that make the fit? But then you look at like, let's say Kingdom Come 2, right? And everything that's in that game, and just the massive improvement from the first one and stuff, would that make the fit? You look at Indiana Jones, where like you feel like you're in an Indiana Jones movie. It's like that's like creative in its own way.
Yeah.
So it's I mean, I agree with you. I think the 4 locks you had are pretty strong, and then it's just kind of competing for the rest, whatever. So Outer Worlds 2 though is a good point too. If that takes the world by storm, could that make the fit? We'll see.
Even though it hasn't like really popped off, I mean, you can always have the Kojima special and Metal Gear and Delta also slip in there somehow.
Oh yeah, I know.
I highly doubt it, but
Yeah. He said he won't play the game though. unfortunate. The devs are basically begging him to play it. It's like, please. It's like we need your approval.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's basically his mindset. Where he's just like, I don't really play games. I play like one game a year.
Yeah.
Which, all right, he's a busy guy. What would be your 6?
I mean, I'm in fair agreement with John's because I mean, this year isn't as much as just guesswork. There is standouts as we have said.
Yeah.
And I mean, for the most part, John's list, yeah, I would be in agreement with just changing like in Silk Song. On the very off chance, if it gets a revival, Borderlands 4, if that just reinvigorates the entire series in some form or fashion, which I'd still have a hard time because it is a looter shooter, and unless it just completely revolutionizes how we see looter shooters going in the future, I would still not see it in like Game of the Year. Most definitely, possibly RPG, maybe shooter category, just because shooter gets weird, RPG gets weird at it sometimes. My flag for Outer Worlds 2, and then there's one more that hasn't released yet that was a question mark in my mind.
That has not released yet?
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see here. Maybe Silent Hill. Was that it?
No. I mean, that would be in the same field as Borderlands 4 and me. Is like, it would have to really revitalize the series.
Fair enough. Let's see if I can help you out and pull stuff up here.
He's thinking Kirby Air Raiders.
Yep.
Oh. Dragon Quest 1 and 2. It'd be a long shot, but...
Wait, when are the TGAs?
December 11th.
And DQ 1 and 2 comes out October 30th.
So a December 4th game's not going to make that cut, probably.
No. The cutoff is late November.
Yeah, because I thought about that too, but no, yeah, it won't.
Oh yeah, Octopath. Yeah, you're right. No, that would be in the running for next year. I don't know when the cutoff is. I want to say it's like, honestly, like looking at games coming out late November, like let's say Kirby Air Riders and even Stalker 2, which I know they wouldn't be nominated for Game of the Year, but other categories, I don't think they would be allowed to be part of the running. Because I think the cutoff is like literally like middle of like November, like in like the 10s. I think that's usually the cutoff, but I could be wrong. Cutoff could literally be the 20th. I don't know. No, I mean, like I said, this upcoming Game of the Year nominees, man, it really is like it's Expedition 33 and whoever else, but there is a lot of standout games. It's one of those things that if you pluck Expedition 33 out of this, it's like, man, what would be Game of the Year?
I mean, there's still some good front runners, but it would be a bit more of a toss up.
Yeah, which actually brings me to a question I was going to ask you boys, because I know we already kind of talked about it. When we do our Game of the Year, like end of the year bracket, do you guys want to take Expedition 33 out of it? Like,
yep.
Because like I feel like that's just going to get pushed to the finals.
It'll be Game of the Year. It'll be our Game of the Year bracket. That's
for
not
runner
Expedition 33.
Yes, yeah, the Game of the Year runner-up.
we ran into that problem at the midway point.
Yeah, didn't think about that.
This will be our Game of the Year runner-up.
Yes,
bracket.
So, at least that way. At least that way, the bracket will be really entertaining because I feel like it could go so many ways.
Yeah.
But if Expedition's in there, for me personally, it doesn't matter what it's up against. I'm pushing it.
Yeah, at the end of the year when we do that, I will also be coming with my personalized list.
Yeah, I will too.
And man, is my personalized list of games not gonna look anything like the TGA list.
Yeah, you're gonna have Digimon Story Time Stranger, First Berserker Kazan. You're gonna have Expedition 33, probably Fellowship.
Fellowship's not even gonna release.
It's gonna be an early access game.
Hey, you can count it.
Oh, okay, that's not out. It's not out.
You can't count it in the terms of Metacritic in the Game Awards, but you can count it here. It's fine.
But it's not a full release game.
I think we counted Power World.
That was technically in full release.
No, it's not. That's still early access.
Yeah, it is still technically early access.
Yeah, but I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes. So yeah, man, you can count it. It's fine. No one's gonna call you out on it.
I mean, the thing already is like with games. With the list of games I'm planning on playing this year, like I mean, hell, what are the games you even mentioned there that you could see on my list might not end up being there?
Which one?
Time Stranger.
Calm down over there. No, with what's left to come out this year, there's a decent chance Kazan doesn't even make it in my top 5 this year.
Whoa, are you serious? Because man, that was like your second best of the year so far.
Yeah, look at what's coming out.
I mean,
the games that are coming out at the end of the year are like games made for me.
This is like, I mean, you got Trails here soon too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's in like
a week or two, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very soon.
Like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. Now it'll be fun whenever we get around to doing our end of the year bracket for Game of the Year runner up. That's how we're going to market it. We're going to market it for Game of the Year because this is one of those unprecedented years where all three of us are actually on the same page on what like the best Game of the Year is. Maybe not necessarily the favorite game by the time the year comes to a close, because like John's talked about, Digimon, for example, could become his favorite game of the year by the time everything's said and done. Yeah, you may have a different favorite game of the year by the time this year's said and done. You never know.
Realistically, it's everything's still competing for number 2, but
yeah, I know. But yeah, you never know. So it'll be fun to do that bracket at the end of the year. All right, let's shout out a sponsor of some capacity. You guys want to do merch or Rogue? What do we want to do here? Let's do some Rogue, I guess. Head over to the referral link. Use promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order. That promo code works for everything: hydration, chill, energy, the cans. It doesn't matter. But hey, if they got a better sale going on, no big deal. Just use the referral link down below, and you're still helping out the brand. But if you want to use the promo code as well, hey, we appreciate that. Promo code Sparky3 to get 10% off your order.
They do have a Labor Day sale of a BOGO 50. Buy one, get 50% off another tub.
There you go. Use that, but use the referral link, and you're still going to help us out. And we'd appreciate that extra support. And also, we were going strong there for a little bit, but my camera did mess up during that segment. So I had to swap to the sniper cam. I didn't see it mess up, but like at one point when I finished talking and I think you started talking, I looked over and I'm just like I have just like a yellow hue on me. Like my camera is just bright, and I'm like, what? Come on, man! This thing's like $300. Like, why do you gotta mess up on me, bruh? I gotta figure out what's going on with it. It might be dead in the water.
I mean, it's tech issues. We've had them for almost 2-3 years now.
Yeah, I know, and I could be wrong, but like I think that one, the one that's messing up, I think that was actually the first one I bought.
Probably.
I think that's the oldest. I know the one you've got, that's the newest out of the 3.
Because I was about to say none of these were bought at the same time.
Yeah, they were all bought at separate times. I bought that one by itself because it's very expensive and I wanted to test it. Worked great. Said, all right, let's ride. Bought another one. Then I bought the sniper cam, which is not one of the same camera, later. And then we got yours later. So, yeah, mine is the oldest that I'm using. And I don't know what's going on with it, man. Very distraught. Very disappointing in this, but... All right, let's hit this next thing real quick. So there is a report right now that the PS6 will feature a handheld that will be dockable, and Sony is targeting a price point that will compete with the Nintendo Switch 2. So I saw this, and I had a lot of different thoughts on this, because my line of thinking is like, well, number one, you're trying to, if this report is all true, right, and you are aiming to compete with the Nintendo Switch 2, and you have a dockable handheld. So I have a couple questions. Question one is, are you planning for the PS6 to be a hybrid console, or are you planning a handheld to be released alongside of it? And then if that's the case, then the next thing that I think of is, okay, so in a way, especially if you're targeting the Nintendo Switch 2 price point, right? I feel like you're already setting your generation up for failure in a sense of performance, because even though we've talked about, the Switch 2 runs great right now, we know based on the tech that's inside of it, we're going to get the same problem we had with the Nintendo Switch in probably at least maybe 3 years, maybe a little bit longer,
quite possibly,
with third parties and stuff. And with the level of quality that Sony puts into their own games, yes, they can be like a Nintendo and build it for the platform. I feel like what you're doing for the PS6 at that point is you are limiting the power, because you also need to develop alongside this dockable handheld. Almost kind of similar to the issue we have with the Xbox Series S, but not exactly, because the Series S is obviously a power stance quite quite lower than, like, let's say what this would be for PlayStation. Am I kind of reading that the right way? Because, like, when I hear this, that is where my line of thinking goes.
But Alex, have you really thought about it? As we've mentioned many times before, our current generation consoles have not been stressed.
True.
So who says the PS6 itself is just not a handheld and they're just going to continue as PS5 as their standalone console?
See, that's another line of thinking there. That is a good point, because I have been in the very firm stance on this show that there's no reason to move to the next generation in 2 years. I just don't see why it's necessary.
And the PS6 just ends up being a portable.
I mean, that's possible too.
I mean, the bigger thing here is if they targeting the PS6 to be a hybrid console like the Switch. The thing is, I could be wrong, but that's not what the PlayStation audience wants.
Right.
They want their powerful console that can run all the PlayStation exclusive like RPG games that like the PlayStation is known for, like their big storytelling games, their big narrative games, their big RPGs. They want those to run as good as possible. They don't care if they can pick it up and walk around with it.
Right.
They're targeting it. They're trying to target the audience that Nintendo is targeting with their with their Switch.
Right.
But that's not the appeal. Like, that works for Nintendo games because the appeal of Nintendo games is they're a more family friendly, play as you go kind of game. Most Sony games are, you better sit down and strap in because you're gonna be here for a bit when you play it. I don't need, like, we don't need a hybrid console for that.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it, if you're gonna go to the next generation, just make something powerful. And if you want a handheld, release a handheld alongside it. Like, make a console and then make you a new version of your Vita.
See, I was just about to ask that, is, man, like, do you guys think that the better solution is just basically take the approach of what handhelds used to be, where they are an entirely separate console with their own library of games, and just try the Vita again, where it can play console level games that are like maybe, lower in demand and power needs, right? Kind of like how the Vita can play some PS4 games, but then also has its own library of games. Like, is that the preferred way? Because is what you're saying of that, Sony doing this, that's not what PlayStation fans want. Do you think PlayStation fans would want another, like, PS Vita approach, where it has its own library of games and can play some older console game? Let's say, like, for example, God of War 2018, PS4 game, Last of Us, the first Spider-Man, some PS4 games. You even go back a little bit older, stuff like that, but maybe not play the brand new Spider-Man, the brand new God of War. You know what I mean?
I mean, I think a portion of the community would want that, but I think overall the community would, as John mentioned at the start, would want a technically more powerful console to play whatever's the new and upcoming game.
Yeah.
The other thing is, if you're making a hybrid console, then what the fuck was the point of your Portal?
Big facts. I think the Portal was literally just for them to dip their toes in it, see how sales went, kind of thing.
But the problem was if that's what the idea of it was, because the Portal, doesn't it just stream the games from your console?
Yeah. So
it's like, if you wanted to actually test that, the Portal should have been able to take your library and play them natively.
Facts.
That's what you should have been testing.
Facts. All right.
But it's like, if I like the idea of a Sony handheld, I don't like the idea of a hybrid console. Because the thing is, like, if you go to PlayStation 6, you make a hybrid console like the Switch, and you're targeting the Switch 2 price point, you're going to end up with less power than your PS5 has, which is going to hamstring development for games, like, for that. Because as we've seen, we've talked about it many times, we haven't stress tested the current consoles. So if we're going to the next console and it's potentially going to be lower power, what's the point?
See, that's my mindset in terms of going the dockable route. It's like, if you go the dockable route, I feel like it's got to be a lower power.
It's this weird thing where, like, Xbox is moving more towards, like, the like making a little PC route,
Yeah, yeah.
And Sony's like, we're gonna go weird.
Yeah, we're gonna go like a Nintendo way.
Like Sony, you've had a couple good generations here. You don't have to experiment.
Right.
It's like
what you do works. That's why you just change a number in your console name.
You've won. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, if anything, it's like if you want to do something else, make a Portal 2 that can play your library natively and not just stream to it. That's all you got to do.
Facts.
Because like I think we said before, if the Portal was a reasonable price and didn't just stream the games, I would have been interested in one.
Right.
But yeah, I don't see the point. I'm not a huge fan of like the dockable stuff.
Right. So Tyler just got a Portal recently because he knew someone that like got it, literally did not use it.
Okay.
And it's just like, hey, I'll sell this to you for like less than retail, because retail's $200. And Tyler's like, whatever. So Tyler hit me up about it after he got the chance to test it. He also brought it for me to hold. It is as weird to hold as you think it would be. So shout out to that. He said, man, I got a Portal for no reason. I don't have PlayStation Plus, so I can legit only play it at the house with the PS5 turned on. If I had PlayStation Plus, I could play those games on there. He said the PS5 is going to be in rest mode. He said mine is always, so it's not a big deal. But he needs to set the feature not to turn on the TV, because when I start my PS5, it turns the TV on, which then kind of goes back to the TV PlayStation. And he did say, I mean, it looks legit and it kind of feels legit, plays well. But like, it's just difficult for him because he still buys physical copies of games instead of primarily digitally.
Yeah. So the big thing is you need to have a PS Plus account to really utilize one of its big features. Otherwise, you're just stuck to whatever your digital library is.
Correct. And also something that you just said about not a fan of this hybrid console. I was sitting here thinking about this throughout this conversation. Love the Switch. Switch is cool. All right. Love the Switch one of the greatest catalog of games in gaming history. I'll die on that hill. I think the Switch 2 is great. I think the catalog for it by the time it's done is going to be absolutely insane. But like, there is that part of me that's like, I kind of miss the old days of handhelds, where it was like its own console with its own library. You know what I mean? Like, the handheld thing is cool, be able to take certain games on the go and stuff, but I kind of miss how it used to be.
I mean, the problem
like the PSP, the DS, the 3DS.
Unless I'm like going on a vacation or something and I take my Switch out of its dock, I don't undock my Switch.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
It's like it stays in its dock. I would much prefer. Granted, I know a lot of people only play their Switch in handheld.
Yeah,
I would say probably more people play it in handheld than actually keep it docked all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I would much prefer a regular ass console that just gets plugged into the wall and plugged into the TV, and then Nintendo sell me another handheld for all my handheld games.
Mm-hmm.
I would much prefer that. I loved my DS.
Yeah,
I played my DS all the time when I still had it, or like when it was more common to do that. I would much prefer that, because the other thing is, like, if you're out and about, pull your Switch out. It's like, especially with the size of the Switch 2 now, it's not super convenient to carry around.
Yeah.
My DS, I could put my DS in my pocket.
Right. And, you know, I know there's like multiple points to this, because some people can immediately counter back. Just like, well, I mean, wouldn't you want to play, you know, the newest Legend of Zelda on the go? I'm like, maybe in certain situations, you know, but like, I don't know. I like the DS. The DS was cool. Yeah. You know,
I think the biggest thing why we don't see that anymore is just as we have seen the trend of game development and just how many games get stuck with long development times now, how many end up getting canceled. And I mean, the handheld time of DS, 3DS, that was Nintendo's focus because they didn't have any console or anything to focus on. And plus, just overall in the game development, on bigger publishers and developers were able to pump out games a lot quicker versus nowadays.
Well, it's also more convenient for them, because since they have their hybrid console, they can sell everything on one console instead of like before, where it's like, okay, well, I've got my Switch library, and then I've got my DS library, or like I've got my Wii library, then my DS library.
Yeah. Or I got my DS library and my 3DS library.
Yeah, the Wii U library, 3DS library, Game Boy Advance library, GameCube library.
I get it's more convenient.
I always forget about the Wii U, my bad. So they did have a console.
Yeah.
Uh,
Disrespectful.
But yeah, it's one where I understand it. I'm more of a fan of my console being a console,
I agree.
and if I want something on the go, then I have my handheld for it. Granted, we've been out of the handheld world for a while now,
Right, right.
It's turned into the mobile world.
and it's one where it's like maybe Sony looks at it and they're like, okay, well, if we make a hybrid console, then we don't have to spend the development time to come up with a handheld.
Mhm.
And it's like, well, kind of wish you would. Like you're gonna sell. It's like you make a PS6, you're gonna sell your PS6s anyway.
Mhm.
Like I don't know. Maybe they just don't want to. They want to make a new console, but they also are like, okay, well, if we make something more powerful than the PS5, especially or like the PS5 Pro now, I mean, we don't want to show up to the market with $1,000 console.
Right.
No.
I think that might also be one reason why you may not necessarily see a huge power and graphical leap into the next generation is because, again, these consoles have not
Yeah,
been stress
we
tested.
can't.
Let's not raise the price even more. You know what
It's
I
like
mean?
unless you turn your console into a kind of what Xbox is planning on doing, a
Yeah,
PC,
yeah.
and like just give them a PC in a box essentially.
Mhm.
You're you're not really gonna.
Yeah. Now the report about the PlayStation 6 having the dockable, it feels like it's the wrong plan, but then again, it could also just be a false report. The person that reported it, I mean, it was making its rounds amongst the sources I follow. So
Heck, you say the PS6 is going to be a dockable. Did they really have any more information besides it dockable?
quite possibly, then I just didn't see it.
Okay, because if all they told us PS6 is going to have a dockable, as far as we're aware with just that information, it could be just dockable to charge,
Yeah, just straight trolling.
which
Yeah.
wouldn't make sense for a console. But hey, throw it on this dockable mat and it'll charge for some reason.
Yeah.
Your controllers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something stupid like that. Yeah, good point. I didn't fully dive into all the details besides like just the main headline stuff.
Yeah.
So there probably was more details, but it's like the details that we had on the PS6. We talked about it, I think, like 2 weeks ago, where it's like the rumored leaked power of the next consoles because it's like, oh, we need that. So we already have an idea of what's coming. But either way, I just feel like doing a dockable route for the PlayStation 6 I think it's just the wrong play. It's like what John said. You won. Just keep winning.
Yeah.
Your formula works. All you do is change one number in your console title. People buy it. It's powerful. It's got good first party games. Just keep doing what you're doing. Why be fancy?
Yeah, because I mean, to be completely honest, if it is assuming it would be like a hybrid thing, I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't want to play, say, the next God of War. I don't want to play that on a handheld system.
Right.
I want to play that on my TV. But it's like if I had the option to play it handheld, I would have to try it to see how.
Yeah, we'd be curious.
Like I'd have to see how it looked.
Curiosity.
It'd be. I wouldn't
Enjoy it.
I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's like it's the same thing. It's like I said, there's a reason my Switch stays at its dock. It's more. I find it more comfortable to sit back and play my games. Also, none of these goddamn handheld big ass screen like consoles or anything. None of them fit in my hands well. Switch 2 doesn't fit my hands well. The Switch didn't fit my hands well. My Steam Deck doesn't fit my hands well.
Yeah. They all feel very awkward, don't they?
Well, they're all awkward, but also I have small hands.
Yeah.
And it's like it's like they keep making them bigger and bigger, and I'm like, I can barely hold on to this sumbitch.
Yeah, so I can hold on to all mine fine, but it still like feels awkward to me. So like for my Switch, I had those Nori gamepad attachments where I take my Joy-Cons off and slide those on where it's like holding a controller. And I did the same thing with my 3DS. If you remember for my 3DS, my Zelda one, I had like an attachable grip to hold the 3DS because the 3DS just feels awkward for me to hold. And that's how I feel playing the Switch 2 in handheld whenever I'm just kind of laying down and chilling. It's like, I'm looking forward to when I can get like some new Joy-Con attachments that are like a controller. It'd be so much more comfortable.
You had You had that small ass.
I
DS.
did have the small 3DS.
I bought the fucking big boy.
Yeah, you got the XL. Yes, I got the Legend of Zelda, the small little 3DS, which was a gift, by the way. But I mean, it still runs great, but I still have that same grip to this day, just because it's the only way it feels comfortable for me to hold. So I don't know. I do understand where you're coming from, but from a different perspective. But yeah, I don't know. All right, let's shout out some merch. Let's keep things moving. Head over to Sparky3Shop.com right now and pick up some merch right there if you just want to get Sparky 3 branded stuff, Gamesthetic, Terrible Football Show. We got a few different hats, got some new hats that just got added recently. We got the B and more. Head over to Sparky3Shop.com right now and pick up some merch. We got new merch that's, I feel like, being added almost like every single week at this point. So go over there and see if anything gets you a little excited or you want to pick up some merch. We'd appreciate that. All right. Let me touch on this Lost Soul Aside demo real quick, and we'll keep going. So I just all I did earlier was, so whenever you go into the Lost Soul Aside demo, you do have the option just to go into like a battle simulator, like a boss run, or just go to like the demo like adventure mode. I just clicked the demo adventure mode and just went to the first boss of Victor, and just played that just to kind of get a feel for like the gameplay, because that's what I was really curious about with this game more than anything, is how the gameplay, because it looked cool. Right, everything about it just looked cool. Narrative-wise, it was one of those things that this is not something I was overly worried about from the narrative. You know, from whenever they showed the original trailer, it's just like this game just looks like a lot of fun. It looks cool. The gameplay is pretty solid. It's about what I was expecting going into it, where it just kind of feels a lot like Final Fantasy 16. That's kind of what I like almost like I guess also like a Devil May Cry, something like that. That's kind of what I was expecting going into it. With your little spirit dragon that follows you. His name is Arena. He does talk, and he just takes the shape of your weapons and kind of fuses with you and have different abilities. So going into it, you just have, pretty standard kind of button layout of like a jump, block, light attack, heavy attack, and then you can swap between, at least for the demo, you have just a regular sword and as well as a great sword. I assume as the game goes on, you may get some other weapon options with the right bumper, and then just kind of some different special attacks. As you kind of go through the battle, you kind of build up a gauge where you can use that gauge and fuse with Arena, where like your hair changes color. He's like formed around like your hands, like these giant like dragon claws and stuff. Just any sort of generic like press these buttons to go rage mode kind of thing. I think of Kratos' Wrath or whatever from God of War or something like that. The dodging mechanic is pretty okay. It's pretty fun. The blocking mechanic's pretty fun. I was having fun with like perfect blocks and stuff. The movability of it is just fine as well. It's not anything to like that's gonna blow you away, but the combat does feel good. Like as you're going through the different attacks, getting these perfect blocks, doing like the couple of like special attacks you can do where you like hold down like I think left trigger and then you can hit square or triangle to do different special attacks. Then like your fused attack whenever you do break someone's shields. The combat, like it does feel strong and it does feel powerful. But just from like the test of fighting like Victor there at the beginning, which he's part of, I think they said like the Holy Order. Kind of tying into like a little bit of I guess the narrative approach, because it literally just throws you in where it's like you as I think the character's name is like Kassar, I think is his name. Could be wrong on that. Where he and like a princess just come to an island and you guys go separate ways very quickly, and then you walk up here, kill 2 enemies, and go fight Victor. Again, it's a demo. It just throws you in to kind of experience the gameplay. But I mean, like I said, the combat, it felt fun. I don't think this is anything that's gonna absolutely blow anyone away, at least in my opinion. I think this is one that's just you're gonna have a fun time with, kind of thing. So I'll play the demo more. I do want to try like the battle simulator as well as like the boss mode they have. I think it's really cool that the demo is set up that way, by the way. I like that it's got like that adventure mode, battle sim, and the boss mode. I do enjoy that it's not just simply like a preset like part of the story, and it gives you the chance to kind of go in and do different things. So I will say one thing as well, just from like the vibe I've seen around the game since it's come out. Definitely would have launched this demo sooner. Like, give people a chance to kind of play the game, because like as of now, there's still like no firm reviews on this game. There's no like Metacritic. There's no reviews kind of going out there. I've only saw 2 official reviews, and honestly, they were both bad. They were both like bad or like subpar. I haven't I've seen like some user reviews here or there, but I haven't seen like any like official publication reviews. So whenever I started getting the news around like Thursday around lunch that, oh, hey, Lost Soul Aside's got a demo coming out tonight at midnight, I'm like, why are you launching the demo alongside the game? You know, we should have launched this like last week or something to give people a chance to kind of go in there, really mess around. I feel like it would have also helped sales to the game. But no, I mean, it's fun. When I saw the game of Lost Soul Aside on that PlayStation that State of Play, like it's one of those that's going to be a 7 out of 10 game that I'm going to enjoy playing. It's one of those. So I mean, I had fun with the one boss fight I did. I'll go in there and I'll play some more with the battle sim and stuff. I want to go see what the other modes are. So I had a question for you guys. Do you guys want to hold off on this question for another day, or do you guys want to go and do hold it off for like a back pocket thing for another episode and start going through the weekly wrap up? What do you guys think?
I mean, I got nothing for it.
Yeah, I'd say probably hold it.
All right, well, that's gonna be a back pocket thing. I will go ahead and say what it is. The question is gonna be, what would you change about your favorite games, or is they perfect as is? It could be narrative focused, mechanical, whatever. We'll save that as a back pocket topic or a standalone video in the future. So shout out to that. Weekly wrap up. You guys ready to hit it, or anything else you guys want to talk about?
I mean, I might.
Yeah, we can go.
All right, let's start rolling through it then. So the first thing I had is the Expedition 33 director did confirm that Expedition 33 isn't the end of the series, and further confirmed the series is called Clair Obscur, just for full clarification for people.
It's kind of interesting to we basically got this information for 2 franchises,
Yes.
like a week apart, because we learned that Black Myth is the franchise name. For Game Science, and Clair Obscur is the franchise name for Sandfall.
Yeah, exactly. And they further clarified that Expedition 33 is just one story they want to tell. Which
I think we'll get Expedition 60.
That is the only expedition I would be interested in.
That's the only
But then
expedition.
again, you know how it's going to end.
I mean, we do know how it's going to end.
I don't think
they're going to do another expedition.
I don't think they're going to do.
We're not going back to that
world
story. I wouldn't say world, because we're definitely going back into the world.
Yeah.
We're
not going into that.
The expeditions.
Painting.
Yes. You're trying so hard to dance around it, and I respect it.
Yeah, we're not going back into the expeditions.
Yeah, we're not going back to there. We'll be expanding upon that story somehow.
Yeah. Which, hey, I've said it before. There's one very clear way to expand on it, and the one thing that I want to know.
Everybody knows what we want to see from it.
Yeah. I feel like Expedition 60 would be like a fun like DLC thing, because I think he also teased I think he actually confirmed there's going to be updates for Expedition 33.
Yeah, I remember seeing something like that.
So maybe you might get an Expedition 60
He
DLC.
basically said, he said before that there's still more updates coming to it, but it's like that could just mean quality of life updates and stuff like that.
Yeah, true.
Because they've also been pretty open about not necessarily wanting to do DLC, but it could be a fun thing where they're just like, hey, for like the 1 year anniversary, we made here's a 5 to 10 hour like exploration thing you can go on.
Yep. Which I would be very down for that. I think if they went that route, I mean, I really can't think of anything else that you would really do. I mean, I guess you could, just add in some sort of additional story with the main cast, but I would like to do something with like maybe a 60. A lot of people would
you could do a 60 or you could do a 0.
Yeah, 60 or 0. See, the thing is, I feel like 0's story was very like nicely told in the game itself, while 60 is just a legendary meme. You know what I mean?
I mean, it doesn't matter that we know how the expedition ended. We just want to know what the story that was told during it.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I am glad to kind of further get that clarification that, it's one of those things that it's consistently been confirmed over and over again that series is the Clair Obscur, Expedition is just one story. But I'm glad that we're still just further nailing that to establish, hey, there's a bigger world. I know you loved this cast. I know you loved this world, but there's a bigger world here that we want to tell and explore and show you.
It's one of those where it's like we love this cast so much. The world is fantastic. Imagine what they're doing next.
Exactly.
It's like the only problem is they set a fucking high bar.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's like you got to at least hit that for the next one.
Yeah. And now it's for the next one. Who's going to be the other random, major actor they're going to get who does not do anything gaming? And it's just like, man, I don't know. I'm just here. Who's going to be the next one? We'll see. But no, big shout out to Expedition 33 and of course Clair Obscur. Excited for the future for it. Hollow Knight, Silksong is apparently set to release at $20. This was leaked, I think, via GameStop. It will also release physically first for the Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 in early 2025. However, there's no Wii U release. How tragic.
Early 2025?
26, sorry. Early 2026. But yes, no Wii U release, unfortunately. Very tragic.
It's one of those crazy things to just look at. And it's like, nobody ever expects Silksong to be more than like $20 because Hollow Knight's only like what, $15,
something like that. I think
it's like 15 or 25 around there.
It's like you don't expect it to be more than like $30 or something. But it's also one of those where you think about it, it's like this game's been in development for 7 years.
I know. Yeah, because after
it's like we get game. It's like we're used to games with half of this development time.
Yep.
Costing $70.
Yep. No. It's one of those things that with how long it's been in development, with the overall Kickstarter for Hollow Knight, the original, Team Cherry did post the update about Silksong's release date finally being confirmed. And since that was the first update that it had in forever, that Kickstarter, that's when people realized, oh yeah, we hit the goal for the game to come to the Wii U, and that's when people started pointing out, it's like Team Cherry lied. It didn't come out for the Wii U. Like that puts in perspective how long they've been working on this. Keep in mind, Silksong was meant to just be a DLC featuring Hornet, that co-op playable character from Hollow Knight. Then it's just all like, here's a whole new game instead. One thing that when me and Christina were joking about this, it's just like, hey, you never know, it could come out to Wii U. There could be, one of those other publication companies. It's like, you know what? Yeah, we'll launch it on the Wii U for you because look at that new Shantae game. That's why. So I was like, that's a good point. That's a good point because there was that new there. For anyone that did not catch this in the news in like the last year or so, here in like 2025, we did have a brand new Game Boy Advance game release. It was a Shantae game that was originally for the Game Boy Advance, basically got shelved and canceled, and just finished its development, released on all modern platforms, but also released in the Game Boy Advance. You can get the box manual and everything. So yeah, Christina was joking. It's like, hey, you never know. One company might step up for Team Cherry. It's just like, hey, we'll release the Wii U copy for you just for shits and giggles. It was your Kickstarter goal. We got you.
I mean, yeah, the other thing is like Silksong. I think Silksong has like over 12 million like wish lists right now.
Yeah,
something like that.
It was one. It's like I think it was during Gamescom when it was revealed that it was actually coming out and the date came out. I think it spiked like over 10 million wish lists.
Oh, that would not surprise me at all.
I think something came out saying that.
Yeah,
which is like
it's like the most wish listed game ever, isn't it? Or am I wrong on that?
I don't think that.
I don't think it's the most wish list game ever. There's I forgot what another game has that title right now.
Okay. Yeah, no, the hype for Silksong is very real. I mean, we're like, just less than a week away from its launching. It's the 4th, right? That game's about to take the world by storm. I've also enjoyed some of the memes around the game launching where it's like indie developers and other developers are like getting the hell out of Silksong's way.
Yep.
Have you guys seen that? So like there was one that I saw that cracked me up. It's that horror game, the indie horror game that I talked about during Steam Next Fest. No, I'm not a human, whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's supposed to come out this month, but it's not coming out the 4th. It's coming out the 15th. So they put out like a graphic, like press image talking about, hey, shout out to Team Cherry for giving nobody a heads up and releasing the game on September 4th. I know that could be very concerning for some people since our game is coming out September. However, we're still going to launch September 15th. We just wanted to put out one of these graphics just because we wanted to. And I'm just like, all right, respect, guys. We just wanted to use one of these graphics. We're fine. So no, dude, by the time we do Gamesthetic next week, it's going to be interesting to see how Silksong takes over the world. I'm gonna tell you that. It's going to be very interesting to see. Hey, Ghost of Yote went gold, so that means we are 100% good to go for that October 3rd or October 4th release. I think October 3rd. So big shout out to that. Also, there is a new No Man's Sky update. Voyager's trailer was
Massive
released.
update.
Update 6.0.
You can just jump out of your ship on the planets now.
I saw.
It's like, did this? I think I saw it. Like it was like basically just completely changed the entire game.
Yeah, again.
They just casually release updates that are like, oh hey, by the way, here we had to completely revamp the entire structure of the game so that we could release this for you.
No. And this is just another like free update, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, because
I think it's so funny, the narrative around this, where people's just like, please, we will pay you. It's like, you're going to take free updates and like it.
Well, no, a lot of the updates for this, they've said, because they're making their game Light No Fire.
Yeah.
It's like they're developing that game, and they keep releasing all the free updates for No Man's Sky, because they're like, we're already making the cool shit for the new game. We're just gonna, it's like, we might as well put it in this game for you.
Right. I think it's so funny because people are like actively say, it's like, please, we will pay you. Like, we want to pay you.
Well, when Light No Fire comes out, you can.
Yeah, you'll have your opportunity.
Because Light No Fire is still, since we haven't heard a whole lot about it, still a very ambitious game in itself.
Yeah, facts.
It's one of those sounds too good to be true games.
True. It really does.
I actually did see an article about that with some sort of slight information, but I can't remember what it was now because it was like very minor information.
Oh, yeah, that's probably all we're going to get for a while is super minor info on what's going on with it. Hey, another update to shout out is Stardew Valley getting another update. Concerned8 put that out, I think, just today. That update 1.7 is coming. It was apparently announced at one of the Stardew Valley concerts that are going on right now until March. So yeah, another update coming, and he did also confirm this update is not impacting the development time of Haunted Chocolatier. So shout out to that. Another Stardew Valley update, even though the last one was supposed to be the last one.
I mean, it's one of the most popular games to release in the last decade. So it's like, even if it's one of those ones where it's like, even when you say you're done, there are too many people out there that continuously play this game.
Yeah.
It's like until people stop playing it, he'll find ways to update it.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that because I should probably change my phrasing. Update 1.6 wasn't supposed to be like the last one. It was supposed to be like the last like massive one, you know? Because he's already confirmed he'll always work on it.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, it's been like 2 years ago he said he was done making major updates, and then he keeps doing it because he's
I'm having fun.
It's like, I'm still having fun with the game. Y'all still keep buying it.
Facts.
So might as well.
Yep. Next thing I've got is we got another new Mega Pokemon revealed this week. Mega Hawlucha. Looks sick. I love the Rey Mysterio vibe for it. Yeah. I'm here for it. I love the edits as well with Rey Mysterio's song. So good.
That's not the edits I've gotten.
I don't know what edits you've got, buddy.
I got Mucho Lucha.
Oh, that's great too. That's a fantastic one.
That's all my edits have been.
Yeah, mine's been definitely Rey Mysterio. That's for sure.
After what we've seen with new Megas so far, when I first saw the video, I was like, oh, what are they gonna do to my boy?
Right.
They just dipped him in gold.
Yeah. And then it's like I watched. I went, all right, we just go. He's golden now.
Yeah,
I was about to say they literally didn't change the design besides adding a little bit more flair and then just dipping him in gold.
Yeah, and they also revealed renders of his shiny as a Mega as well, and I'm just like, I'm glad I just got a shiny Hawlucha recently on Pokemon Scarlet.
Also, Alex, you know what else has gone gold?
What's that?
Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D.
Shout out. So that is set to release on schedule then, which was what, in October or the next month? October, right?
Yep.
Okay, nice. Hey, also another friendly reminder, make sure to get on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to claim your shiny Legos. Tinglu goal has been reached and will be available soon. So I think that means all 4 their goals have been reached. You never encountered them. Because I don't. You didn't beat it, right?
They're legendaries for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. There's been like raid events going on where if a certain
why did we shorten it to Legos?
That's what they've always been called.
Okay.
That's just
because I just pictured people actually raiding for giant building blocks.
No, it's just how it rolled off the tongue for me. No. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's just what I call it.
Nah, I logged in a few days ago I had a bunch of stuff to claim.
Oh yeah, no, me too. I had like 8 different things lined up.
Yeah, I logged in. I was like, why do I have so many things to claim?
Yeah, I think it was only the 2 though at the moment, right? The fish. It was what the slug and was it the cat? I don't remember either of their names.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Jin Pao and
like Chi Yu. Is that it? Am I in the right
Chi
ballpark?
Yu is the fish.
Yeah, you're right. Chi Yu's the fish. Oh, Wu Chin.
Wo Chin.
And,
yeah. Jin Pao.
Yeah. So those are the 2 that are available now.
I could be very wrong on that second name.
Yeah, no, I
it
think
just sounds right.
We're in the right ballpark, I think. So those are available right now. The goal for the fish and the goal for Tinglu have now been reached, and they are not available until starting. I saw the dates for it on Searby. I think it's like by the end of this week, one of the other ones will be available, and then I think like November 12th, the other one will be available. So just a friendly reminder, get on Scarlet Violet, get your free shiny legendaries.
And guess what, guys? We could be playtesting Sonic Racing Crossworlds right now.
Oh, yeah, no, that's true. That is out right now.
Sounds like a terrible idea.
No, sounds like a great idea. Let's hop on and play. Yeah, I meant to download that last night. I forgot to.
You only have until Monday.
Yeah, I know. I'll probably go in there and get it downloaded tonight and play that. So yeah, also shout out to that if you're watching this live. Make sure you go check that out.
You'll really love it because it's currently Joker Festival, so it's all Joker related.
Oh, yeah. I guess I should have shouted this out earlier. If you're watching this the weekend that it is, which is Labor Day weekend, today is, August 30th?
Yep.
Until the end of the weekend, which I believe it'll be Tuesday, Path of Exile 2 is having a free play period, because normally you'd have to pay to get into the early access. You can play for free this weekend.
Oh, nice. Let's see. Next thing I've got Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition on Nintendo Switch 2 sales are apparently 75% physical, 25% digital. This is per CD Projekt Red. So I feel like this is CD Projekt Red further stirring the pot. I was just like, hey, if you made, other developers, if you made your games not a game key card, it might sell well too. That's all I saw when it's like I feel like we already knew that CD Projekt Red, but thanks for very specifically telling us what the sales were like for the console.
I mean, it makes sense as well, because I even me as someone who I buy digital games for everything pretty much. The Switch is the exception. When it comes to Switch, I buy like most of the time. At least these days, I buy physical versions of games for my Switch.
Right.
Just because digital games are a pain in the ass on the Switch. I mean, granted, as much as I hate to say it, their stupid digital key card thing way better than their system used to be.
It is better than I thought.
It is.
I will tell you, it is better than I thought.
If you go to your stupid virtual key card things, any digital game that you have bought before is just in there, and you just have to load it in instead of having to go to the store and manually find it every time. So it makes digital a little bit better, but it's the Switch. If you want to expand your memory, you got to buy their stupid first party.
It's like the Express XD.
Yeah, you got to buy their stupid like SD cards and everything.
Right.
So it's like these days I just tend to buy the games physical on Switch.
Yeah. And
I feel like most people are probably that way when it comes to Switch.
True.
Because it's such a pain in the ass to expand your memory on it.
Yeah, it is. Another thing also about the virtual key cards that worked better than I expected was the the game sharing. Because that if you've got a family, whatever, you can share digital games. Someone has like a rental period. Because that's how Christina has sent me Mario Kart World. Because that digital copy that came with the Switch is on hers. So like she sent it to me that way, and it actually once you get it connected via the family thing, it actually works a lot better than I expected it would. So I guess shout out to that too. But no, I mean people definitely, and also it's just one of those things that. Why I think this one just sold well is not only just people just want physical copies for their Switch too, but it's also full game was on the cart, and it is obviously a great game to test a handheld console, like let's say you did with the Steam Deck. So it's yeah, why not? I love Cyberpunk. Let's get it again. It's a fun game. I'll play it again. There's a lot of different ways to play. So I don't know. Shout out to that. Like I said, I felt like it was CD Projekt Red just stirring the pot because I was like, this is some random news. CD, thanks. Hey, Date Everything's getting the physical release, so that's coming out soon. Shout out to that. We need to continue Date Everything at some point. Mortal Kombat 2 has been delayed to May 15th, 2026 from its original, I think, October release is what it was slated for.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, I know.
I might be one of the few people excited for this.
I know, where he came into the room and said, "Did you watch the Mortal Kombat trailer?"
Dude, it's going to be so much fun.
It's just going to be one of those fun movies.
It's going to
I mean,
be
more than likely, yes.
Yeah,
it's going to be
a fun
fun.
time. Yeah.
Granted, the first one that came out a few years ago, it's not a great movie, but it's a fun movie.
It's an interesting movie.
Yeah. You can have a fun time with it.
I mean, the worst part about the first movie is the main character.
Yeah.
Granted, you've seen like the Mortal Kombat 2 trailers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
They show him for as little as possible. He's in there for like in the trailer. Granted, it's mostly focused on Cage,
Johnny.
but it's one where it's like, when I first watched the trailer, like the main character from the first movie gets like a second and a half of screen time. I was like, oh, they're actually bringing it back. I'm kind of surprised by that.
Yeah. I mean, again, it wasn't a bad movie, but it was sort of odd, changing some character storylines.
Yeah. It's like I said, he's the worst part about the first movie, but it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to the second one.
Right. Next thing is Dragon Ball Kishin Squadron.
Man, you gotta be super
set
excited
to
for this.
release September
What
9th.
is that? The mobile?
That is the mobile MOBA.
You gotta be super excited for this, right?
Oh yeah, man! I'm gonna hop in there with Krillin and tear stuff up, man. It'll be great. I mean, I played it when it was still like the open beta, whatever, for Project Multi or whatever it was. It was fine. It was exactly what I expected it to be. You know,
The same mobile MOBA that you've played 1,000 times before that gets a new skin on it.
Yep, correct. So I don't know. It's one of those that it will be on my phone to play, because it's like every once in a while I'll pop open some of these games. I'll pop open Unite, or I still pop open Arena of Valor once on a blue moon. Or Dragon Ball. It's like, whatever. Play a quick round. I'm done. I won't play it again for 3 months.
What if
this will probably be that game?
What if they put it on Switch?
I'll probably play it a little bit, kind of like I did Arena of Valor when Arena of Valor got put on Switch, and then Arena of Valor just died on Switch because not enough people were playing, and they're not supporting it. So I'll probably play it. It's just one of those dumb games that I'll play for a little bit. RGG Summit 2025 is scheduled for September 24th, so we'll get some news there later this month. I thought this was funny. Yuri Lowenthal recently was asked about his favorite character interactions in Marvel Rivals, and what he said: "I really like the dynamic between Spider-Man and Deadpool," which then the person asking him had to remind him that Deadpool wasn't in the game. And Yuri's like, "Well, I just mean in general." I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point, some of the characters that are coming out is from data mining, but I thought it was funny that Yuri basically just further leaked that, oh yeah, this is coming. There is apparently going to be a September General Nintendo Direct. It's been teased quite a bit by a few people. It may only be a couple weeks out, like by the end of the week of the 12th. It could potentially have a General Nintendo Direct, which would make sense just from a few different things that we're seeing out and about in the world right now. Like the Metroid Prime 4 ESRB ratings getting out there. I saw someone say that this year was Mario's 40th anniversary. I thought that was next year. Am I tripping on that?
I don't know. You're a Nintendo person.
Let me look that up. Okay, so Mario's 40th is this year. So yeah, that would make sense then. Which all the rumors, I thought it was next year for some reason. Which all the rumors have been there's going to be a new Super Mario Bros. Collection, which, okay, that's going to be a pretty lackluster collection in my opinion, but you really don't have any other options for any sort of collection, I'm going to be honest. You had an option to do like an RPG collection, but then you remade RPG, which then takes you out one of the 3 games you could have done, where you could have done like OG Paper Mario, OG Mario and Luigi, and Super Mario RPG. So I don't know. It'll probably be this new Super Mario Brothers. It'll probably be like another limited release thing, which whatever, I'll pick it up. I still got mine in there. So anyway. Let's see. Next thing. Apparently, there's been a report. I've seen a lot of people report on this that many developers out and about still don't have Nintendo Switch 2 dev kits. So that might also be one of the reasons why you haven't seen as many announcements here recently. I thought that was a little interesting piece of news floating around. There's also a report that Forza Horizon 6 is set to be revealed at Tokyo Game Show, and the game is also based in Tokyo, which is why Xbox is aiming to make this announcement at Tokyo Game Show that's happening, I believe, later this month. And then the last thing I got, which was kind of funny, is that apparently a player on Overwatch 2 got banned for calling somebody a noob in voice chat, and the official Overwatch Twitter then posted later on, "Our bad, ban reversed. You can say noob now." So just one of those accidental like system bans that took place, whatever. And I thought it was just funny that the official Overwatch page stepped up and said, "All right, yeah, my bad. That wasn't supposed to happen. It is what it is. Yep, oopsies. No big deal." You guys got any news you got to throw out there? We got everything. We got everything covered. How are we feeling?
You know, Kaiju number 8 has a mobile game.
Yes. Yeah. I've been getting a lot of notifications about that, and I've gotten an ungodly amount of notifications about that Destiny one too. I've been getting that's been in so many ads for me recently. Is this Destiny mobile game? Which I was looking at that. I'm like, is this a new mobile game? I thought this Destiny mobile game has been out, or is this a new thing? I don't know.
It hasn't officially come out. They've had tests for it.
Okay.
But this is the actual release of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's been in my feed almost consistently. It's this Destiny mobile game. And I've also seen the Kaiju one. And then there was another anime that I was seeing a lot of ads for a mobile game, but I'm just drawing a blank on what it is. I know I was seeing the solo leveling one quite a bit. I saw that for a little while.
Well, I recently just had its official 1 year anniversary, so.
Yeah. So.
And it's having a crossover with the K-pop group Idol.
Okay. All right, we ready for Gamestead Game of the Week? Got any news? Anything? Good to go?
No.
All right, Gamestead Game of the Week. What do we got this week, bud?
All right. Let's dig deep.
Ooh.
Let's go back into the past and bring out a game that's by far...
You say go into the past. Are you going to make me hate my life trying to get video footage?
No, not that bad.
Okay, thank you.
But now that you say that, I could switch it real quick.
Oh, no. I'm going to have to go through some archives.
No, I'll stick to my original idea. We are going to bring out Behemoth's most notorious game, Castle Crashers.
Oh, yes!
This is a 4-player beat-em-up where you and 3 other friends, dressed up as miniature knights, quest to save the kingdom's 4 princesses who have been kidnapped by... they're just evil. They're evil guys.
They're just evil. They're bad guys. Generic bad guys.
They really are. So you and up to 4 friends go and battle through different maps and levels to acquire items, get to the castles, and as the name implies, crash them to save said princess in a boss battle where you defeat said boss and then untie the princess. Then the real fight begins. You and your companions who have been fighting side by side suddenly realize there's 4 of you, but only 1 princess. Who's to receive the kiss? And the only way to decide is a brutal battle of magic and melee where you kill each other to receive the gracious kiss of the saved princess, and then pat yourselves on the back, pick yourself up, and continue and find the next princess. Very entertaining game. By far one of the standouts of the original 360 arcade series games that were spotlighted and everything. I say this is Behemoth's most well-known game because this one's been remade and remastered several times now.
Just had a new physical release recently for the Switch because I bought it.
I mean, it's a good party game just to get to a couple friends together and play. I mean, you can beat the full campaign in like a good 8 to 10 hours as long as you're not goofing off, beating the hell out of each other, and not concerned about collecting all like the animals and weapons and things like that. Because when you add in that, you can rack it up to a good 15, 16 hours, maybe 20 if you're having difficulty with a couple of the animals or weapons to get a hold of. Yeah, overall fun, just party beat 'em up game. Just get a couple friends or even by yourself if you're just bored and just want to go brain dead and beat things up. Castle Crashers, which one of the biggest things recently released was I don't remember what they call it, but it's like their paint workshop thing.
Yeah, because they just announced DLC for it recently.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Where you can insert your own pictures and models for the different characters, then change how the knights looks, the enemies, even the princesses. Literally, Behemoth just went, here's our kit, guys.
Have fun.
Do whatever you want with it.
Yep.
Yeah, Castle Crash.
And also just shout out to Xbox Arcade, man. What a different time.
Yep.
You had Castle Crashers, you had Shadow Complex.
You had Age of Booty at one point.
Yeah. Had like Far Cry 3, Blood Dragon. N Plus, Super Meat Boy, Portal was an Xbox classic.
Yep.
Xbox Arcade. Shout out to that, man. Castle Crashers is a good one. I might go play Castle Crashers tonight now on my Switch. 'Cause I love Castle Crashers, man. I love that game so much. I don't talk about it much, but I do love me some Castle Crashers. That
Castle
game is
Crashers
great.
is a very fun game.
Yeah, it is like you just said. If you just want to turn your brain off, go beat some stuff up. Castle Crashers.
I mean,
baby.
it literally hasn't changed in over a decade, and it's still solid.
Yep, it's still a great game. Shout out to Castle Crashers, a great installment for Gamestead Game of the Week. All right, let's hit the music. Let's get out of here.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate, whatever your platform allows. It does help. Let us know about literally anything we talked about, because we went on a couple different tangents.
Yeah, do everything he said and more. And if you like what you saw here with us, we do these live streams every Saturday about 6 p.m. Central Time, so come check us out then.
Yeah, we'll be back next week. If you want to support us further, check out the Patreon. We really appreciate your support, as well as checking out some Rogue Energy, as well as Sparky3Shop.com. Join the Discord, be a friend, tell a friend. I think that's it. Until next time, guys, have a good one.